Well, hello everyone, welcome to another video. It's me, Solid, and good to have you here. So we're actually going to be reviewing the units today. We're going to get right into it because, again, no need for gap for this. We're actually going to talk to them. I haven't seen them quite yet, even though they've been sitting here for over a week at this point. I just spent about half an hour listening to like anime opening songs, so I'm very like chilled out. But let's see. Good songs, by the way. But let's see. So we have Emilia, we have Rem. I think that's all we're gonna get. At least from my understanding, that's all we're getting. So I don't think, because they have room for more, but they just dropped both of them at the same time. Yeah, because they just dropped both of them at the same time, so there's no like, hey, do you want to pick another one? You could pick this one or the other one. But again, this wasn't necessarily a surprise because they kind of did talk about it. However, I would like to say, for those of you that like it, well, I'm hopefully you're either summoning on this or not. If you're not, I hope they kind of make it like a rerun at some point. Be aware that some of these collabs are very rare to come back. The ones that I know for sure will come back are the Hololive ones, the ones that I'm pretty sure are very likely to come back. We have yet to get a rerun yet, but if you like any of these banners, really feel free to summon on it. Again, as much as I'd like to kind of say, hey, this is Shadowfest and even standard banner characters are all going to come back at their own time or another. So if you do feel a little bit of like, hey, I don't want to miss these characters out, the most I can really tell you is like it's always a gamble if you're not full of your gems. That's kind of like the issue with collabs, and kind of why I don't like kind of how they've timed some of these ones. As far as I'm aware, we've had, at least collab wise, right? Because I think I've gotten most of the shards. We've had Shangri-La. We had obviously collabs with like Hololive. I don't know if we've had any other ones, but I think I've kind of just missed some of those ones because I wasn't necessarily playing actively the quest at the time. But I think so far, yeah, we've had Rezero so far, just kind of like the current one. Shangri-La Frontier, and then obviously Hololive. The game hasn't really been around for as long as well, it's been around 2 years, right? So this is going to be the third year. And as far as I'm aware, we've only had those collabs. And we did have the Fire Force collab as well. Before I almost forgot that one. We had Shangri-La, we had Fire Force. We had Fire Force right here, then we have the Shangri-La one. I don't think, yeah, I go with my shards because that's really all I can really do. But yeah, we have those collabs, so again, have yet to see any of them rerun, so be aware of that. The biggest issue that we currently have is that the rates aren't really increased, so it's the standard rate for these banners. They are double the rates on the particular character, which is good, but the rate for an SR is kind of low, or an SS character. But onto actually the profiles, actually checking the character themselves, not summon details. So I kind of expected Emilia to be like an ice user. She's a healer, and remember that one. Spirit Blessing. Recovers the speed within allies, also increases crit chance. Does she count as elf? I think she might count as elf. She does. So that's really good. The reason why this is good, by the way, is that half the planet doesn't count as elf, and she would have missed out. I am very glad that they actually put her in the elf category, because she's obviously an elf. There's elves in the story. Makes me curious as to what Rem is. She counts as Demon Clan? She counts as Demon Clan. Damn it. Which is not as helpful. If she was demon, she might have done other stuff, but since she's in other, she's limited. Emilia probably is one of the only few characters that is not going to be limited in the game so far, which is a good thing, by the way. Typically, the group other is really limited by the kind of like the race kind of class, and since they're kind of limited by that, they kind of tend to kind of fall off a little bit on that stuff. Since if we look at here, right? She counts as an elf, obviously, but that is a very good thing. I wasn't aware of that. I kind of left it up to like No, but the one that's going to have the most longevity, personally, is going to be Emilia, because she's a healer. The ones, because I've heard she does some decent damage. I think with Rem I've heard does some decent damage. I haven't really noticed kind of like how the buff stacks, or the buffs on her kind of all-around demon mid. But I'm not sure how she kind of handles. But I'm very glad that she's an elf. Obviously, she's an elf, but in other games, I've seen her categorized as something different. But I'm very glad that's a thing. Raises damage sheet for all her elemental enemies by 20%. That's good. Recovers HP for allies with 10% of attack. It's kind of typical. Also raises damage inflicted by 8% multiplied by the number of blue elementals in parties. So that's really good. So she can be partied up with the blue elemental and blue elves. There's a lot of blue elves and is there a lot of blue elves? I know there's a lot of blue characters, but this is always also good. Yeah, it recovers SP of all elemental allies herself, so this is also like a booster SP kind of thing. So she's going to help you get your boost faster, which is always much better on the kind of like the second stage. 20 to 30% is 50% boost on that, so 50% boost in healing. It also, that's quite a lot actually. It raises damage inflicted multiple number of blue elementals. So you can actually have up to a 40% or 20% support. No, it's 40% on this, but on the first part, that's actually really good. 40% increase in damage, and raises attack multiply. Wow, that actually does a lot. So it's a 40% damage boost, and then it's a 40% attack boost on top of that. That's actually really good. Because as it stands now, one of the main things I've seen, right, is she also boosts crit. I don't really have too many blue elves, but there's enough of them here that you could probably make a good acceptable team. Probably much better ones than ones I have, because I think my mono-human team is kind of better than that one. What am I rocking? I'm rocking her, and then her. Yeah, my mostly human team is kind of rocking. There's quite a good blue elf as well. I think Epsilon is also really nice. And obviously we have Bepsi. Don't forget about Epsilon. Shadow has Epsilon is always kind of like a good thing. So if she boosts her stuff, she's gonna do quite a lot of damage as well. So obviously blue elf team has like a lot of viability. So that's kind of like a really good thing. If you have Epsilon, you let me know how. If you have Epsilon and you happen to have, then you raise your character. Just let me know how she's actually handling, because I'm not quite sure. Next we go to training center. If I have Epsilon, I would probably show you, but again, kind of skimmed on some of these characters. Because I know she handles. Oh wait, right here. Okay, hold on. We can actually test her out. So we're gonna remove all these. I want to know how she handles, because Bepsilo's an attacker, so I want to see how she handles, like Alexia handles. I want to test how what kind of like a team would have if it was just someone one character, and then we're going to see kind of like the prospect of a. Because the Bepsilon obviously is kind of like a necessity. She's probably one of the best characters, if not the best character in the game, because of all the debuffs and buffs she kind of gives herself. We're going to see. This is kind of what's it going to have. Oh no, that's already kind of redundant. That firm. Emilia, I can't really change. What does your gear even do? Each time allies HP recovered by self, cancels 3 ailments. That is disgusting. That is really good. Especially since I know there's like a lot of characters having issues with like that type of stuff. But if supposing I only get her, and obviously I would replace my new, because new has like a lot of good stuff. She increases crit by 20%, and then attack by 20% on all allies. It's not all allies. Yeah, of all allies, I think. You could probably check out how to do both. We're gonna change it to red elements. For most optimal use. Can't really put it on her. She's not actually in my party. But she's kind of a 5, awakened 5. Let's see what she has on her awakening skill set. Inflicts 2 damage on enemy, single enemy with its highest attack. Inflicts enemies on all enemies within 150 of target enemy with highest attack. It's kind of like probably boosted that stuff up. It's kind of like the first one, so if you get her twice, congrats. It's kind of like an expectation. This is probably not necessarily the best. What does the Awaken special ability do? I'm actually gonna go check that out on this thing first. Actually, I need to know what she does by default. No escape. Freezes all enemies. It just does more damage on this one. So the first one is kind of mediocre. The first awakening skill is mediocre. That doesn't really help that much. It's more damage, obviously, but it really doesn't do much. Shard Wave shields enemies by this much, and then yeah, obviously shield damage is nice. Raises speed by 30% for 60 seconds. But raises head and technique by 50% at the launch. That is a shit ton more. What the fuck? At the start of blue, where is this at? Is that third? That is very worth the third one. If it was any higher though, because you get 1 free dupe, so you need at least another 2, which is a little bit obnoxious. Then you get this thing. What is the? Because the ultimate is pretty decent themselves as well. Because this is the difference between what? It's a 2% difference multiplied by 5, so it's a 10% boost, right? 8 times 5. There's so many characters you have, right? Training. Yeah, 1, 2, 5. So it's 40% attack boost on this. And if you have her awaken 5 times, it's an extra 10%. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50%, and then it's 40%. It's a bit significant, and maybe that might actually carry over. The damage output percentage as well is really crazy. Because it goes from what? Because it's like 40% extra damage and 40% extra attack. So you deal like 40% and then a multiplicative 40. So you actually deal 40% and then you get an added extra attack. What does a new do? Like, if I was to compare her with new, like, so my new is not super high, but she does have like 1 dupe for her. Just awaken skill 1, cancel 5 status ailments. I really can't go back and check on this, but yeah, I think it's 3 otherwise. Cancels damage buffs if red elemental. Yeah, all the buffs of the buff things is really nice. What does this one do? Recovers HP for all allies. Raises. God damn, that's kind of really rough. This is a really good one. If I only had it, and that's like what, the last one? Yeah, that's really bad. You can get this one really early though, and by early I mean you can just go do the story quest for her and then like farm it. So this is like a really easily obtainable character in my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think, because I think I got her pretty early. She does overheals. She's kind of missing some like actual true support capabilities. I think her major role is keeping your party alive. Cancels all status ailments versus cancels only. Yeah, the entire purpose of her is to keep your entire party alive, which is what I've needed to do for the majority of stuff. I think she's one of the better ones because she also does get cancel buffs. And there's obviously really not that many blue buffers or blue units. I think Sherry is also like a really nice pick as well, and they give her out for free. Last year I think. With their SS Plus gear, I think it's really nice. Yeah, because they gave her further lowers attack by 20%, raises speed by 20% for all allies. So honestly, Emilia is looking better than most blue healers. Further recovers, increases allied defense, and then raises attack with element. Yeah, no. Probably Emilia is by far one of the better healers. And like supports in the back, rather. What does this guy do? Cancel shield effects is kind of mediocre. There's like a bunch of people that do cancel effects. I honestly wish you could get Emilia, because she's actually, like, a good healer, and she's gonna be a crazy back support. If Blue Epsilon did a lot of damage before, then, you know, there's more of that. I already know she kind of did, like, crazy numbers already before. Most of this stuff doesn't really matter. Covers all allies, HP, that's kind of bad. Grants invisibility, this is nice. Further raises damage at 30%, lower speed by 30%. This is a PvP kind of passive, because in case you die, that or World Tree can effect. Let me actually double check. I would like to see only support. Yeah, she is better. One of the best supports in the game. She is a buffer. She kind of fills more the category of buffer, and one of the best ones by far. Let me actually try my damage before that. I'm gonna actually try it on this event. We're gonna try kind of. Just gonna showcase kind of like my base damages on that. If you obviously have Epsilon, you're obviously gonna be even better. But Blue team is gonna be kind of untouchable. Especially if you kind of, I don't say like have like a healer, that type of stuff, but it's just, she's good. She's really that good. And she cancels ailments as well, which I think she does, but she also does like, yeah, because I think it's like here. Cancel buff effects and elemental, and then cancel status ailments, but she doesn't have new beat for that. Oh, let's see, select one. Try this like that. Otherwise, making my ass handed to me. This is just kind of like the base of the team. It's kind of where we're gonna go off, at least. Damage-wise, I definitely think she's gonna help me outperform everybody else. I'm gonna do like 1x. So let's actually check my buffs currently. Raises damage over heal, that type of stuff. Raises damage, obviously from who does that? I think it's her. Raises damage inflicted. No. Does for herself. Who does that actually? I think it's yeah, it's her. This is her. Consumes 50% HP himself. Further stuns, no. Further like stun. 5x ailments. We're gonna restart this. I'm not sure who gives me those buffs. Retire. So I'm not sure where those buffs are coming from actually. I think they might be coming from gear actually. Raises on hand technique damage by 50%. God damn it. Confirm. Lowers on HP by 10% each time she inflicts damage for their cancel status ailments, so she kind of already does a lot for that. You. The serve wave raises damage inflicted of all allies 10% multiplied by number of humans in the party. 1, 2, 3. Shadow's only 30%. If I have more humans, that'd be great. But I don't. I think if I had Shadow instead of a Delta here, would be much better. But obviously, I just kind of need a imperfect swordplay elixir for. Yeah. That one would probably be much better there. Where am I getting the damage boost from? Further shields damage, permanent and race damage. I don't know. There's just something she does. No. Increases damage inflicted. No, I have no idea where that's coming from. This one? Lowers attack, raises damage received by 10%. Boost healing, further boost healing. Oh. I think it's her. Has to be. Ranging, yep, raises the attack of all allies shield by 50%. Okay, that's where that's coming from. Okay, that's just a 15% buff. So if you have her with the party, like, you kind of would remove her, I think. So you kind of want to go for like a mono elf team only. Let's see. We're gonna go to like the very top. Alright, we're gonna go for max damage as long as we can. I have Alexia do the most damage. I believe she's one of my highest DPS units again. Or in my team. Okay, it's pretty good. So we have no way of really critting, so I think honestly if I had somebody that would help with crit, that would actually help a lot more. Same thing as before. Okay, this time I actually get to choose. So I'm actually gonna go with the, I think this we're gonna go with Delta, because she's actually one of my hardest hitting units, period. With all the boost she gets, she's actually gonna get harder than everybody here. Yeah. It's only gonna get better and better over time. And the reason behind it is because this section doesn't stop. So the racing damage inflicted wouldn't actually work for Delta personally, because this doesn't help her much. But this, yeah, her SS plus gear is actually disgusting. I still honestly don't think I've seen much talks of how busted she kind of is. I think she doesn't boost that. I think she just cancels ailments and stuff. Okay. So I think she's gonna hit damage cap, but soon enough, at least Delta will. Watch it. And that's high as I would have expected. Honestly, I think Delta's missing some damage. I definitely think Alexia's gonna crit actually right here. So she's gonna hit probably like harder than Delta even herself. Boom, we're gonna do one more kind of rundown. I think right here Delta probably, if she doesn't kill, she's gonna deal a lot of damage with her ultimate. Right? Yeah, y'all don't give me enough credit. Like, I'll tell you something. Yeah, there we go. I'm telling you. Delta, if she could hit more than once, she'd be busted. She actually hit damage cap earlier than even she did. I know for a fact that she can hit really hard. Honestly, I will say this: Delta's probably one of the more underrated units. But I'll show you like stack wise, she's gonna hit damage cap at this point. If you know what I'm gonna see, I want to see how much, because I think single-handed is gonna. Yeah, we'll see how much damage for it. Obviously, yeah, she hit much harder than even Alexia did. I think what we're gonna do again, we're gonna just kind of remove the weakness out of the team, which is gonna be her. Everdust is gonna deal much more damage. I do think that honestly, Theratrips needs more love, and I think she needs to be able to hit more than one time before. Honestly, I think one of the funniest combos would be Delta with a being able to crit. Delta being able to crit and using normal attacks would probably be some of the hardest damage in the game. Because she just built up her passive really that fast. Because I think even this thing, right? This is kind of mediocre. Just whatever. Yeah, it's 10% per stack, and it doesn't actually have like a delay on it. So each time she deals damage, she takes like that stuff. So she can hit like 40 times. So over time, each one of those little stacks is gonna be like more and more damage. No, this does absolutely nothing. That is mediocre. Yeah, that... Man. The fact that somebody without skills is outclassing one of my Shadowfists is crazy. Yeah. I'm actually showing out, because this is where it gets nutty. And honestly, you know what I wish I could do? Because there is some gear that could make her crit, but I need her a little bit more duped up. Because if she was able to crit, alright, that's a higher damage output. She can probably already hit, each time she hits this card, she can probably already hit really fast. And even just her basic attack is a 3-hit combo. So this is probably hitting like a dump truck each time. 30, 30, 30. She would hit so much harder if she could hit that 410%. I don't know if there's a cap to that, but this doesn't have it. At least on paper, it doesn't have 470% extra attack. The speed doesn't really do anything past that initial amount, but this stuff, I do think it does. I'm not entirely sure, but y'all let me know. We're actually going to test out Emilia next. Obviously, this is awakened 5 times, because this is kind of where they have it, but again. It's pretty easy to say that she is better helping out damage, and even boosting ultimates as well, by the way. But she actually is like a booster card as well. Or not like a booster, but her ultimate has that. Alright. I want to see where her combo is as well. What am I gonna see it? No, we're gonna do this. Just for cover allies, it should be okay. It's pretty standard. Early on, I think it's better to use Alexia, because she actually can boost herself up with the buff. Oh my god, we're already hitting harder. Versus damage inflicted by 2. This is really good. Race's speed, also really good. Race's 10 technique damage. I wish I could see the extra percentages on this. Yeah, strongest sword allows her to crit. Yeah, crit damage as well. And of course, Emilia, stun resist, beat resist. And that's merely because she's actually an elf and she's actually a bit boosted, so she's actually not going to be stunned in the party. Thanks to her being an elf, which, again, one of the most pivotal things is having the proper, like, one of the classes in-game. It is so annoying that there are certain characters that are not technically considered human. And kind of end up getting, they're getting kind of power up in certain, like, prospects. Because since they're not in, like, a category, like, the tag is in, like, the proper category, they kind of fall off, essentially. So, that is kind of, like, the bad thing. I think they probably do count as humans, perhaps. But I'm not exactly sure. I know she does, so she's getting the buffs clearly, rather. Which is great. But setting that aside, continue. She also does, I think, an ice passive as well. Oh no, she doesn't actually freeze, that would be kind of great. Again, healer, this. Actually, this is like a perfect combo right here. Pretty good. Okay. Decent damage, critical. Weak. Pretty good. Wanna pop that off one more? Boom, and then we're gonna do this, and then this. And we're gonna pop the ultimate of what's your name? Yeah, we're already doing pretty good damage already. Of Alpha. I don't think she actually does anything for her ultimate, but it's just a little bit of extra damage, I think. It's just defense, I think. But we're gonna do this. And with this, we're also gonna help out with our ultimates. Increase damage output by 40%. And then watch this damage right here. Watch it. There's gonna be damage cap, but I can't go higher than that. Holy shit. It actually went higher, because I think she hit more than once. Damage cap. Instant. Damage cap. Damage cap. Obviously damage cap. Damage cap. All I'm saying, pretty good support. Now, if you don't want her, you don't have to. But she's probably one of the best supports I've seen in the game. I might actually end up summoning her just because she's actually that good. Oh my god. Yeah, they're definitely gonna outpace the damage on the other team. Now, if I had somebody that could like lower the SP cost, that would be great. They're already hitting like past like acceptable damage numbers. 185 and then 700. Already much better than before by like a significant margin. Plus I got an extra boost on that, so if ever we're gonna run into that stuff, it'd be kind of helpful. Do one more of these. This and this. Honestly, I might not even need that high combo with her, so I might actually choose kind of back to her, and then she's gonna. The thing is, right? Their damage is getting boosted so much. Actually, I think the damage. How much does the damage actually last? I think it kind of wears off after a bit, which is like enough, right? That was enough to kind of outclass. Yeah, see that? It's literally nearly triple numbers. Double numbers on each, and she actually kind of matched. She actually managed to like match what's her name? Alexia. And even she does like a lot of more damage now. Disgusting damage output. Disgusting. Like truly actually disgusting damage output. Now, if I was to do anything, not saying I can, but if it was, Would I remove? Would I add? Obviously, I think this would be kind of like per team, right? So if you have Bepsilon, this is one of the reasons why I would have Bepsilon on the team. Because Claire deals decent damage, but her passive is very like, yeah, okay, hold on. Good damage himself, and then gets even current stuff. She's not really good like as a helpful aid, so she doesn't really do much. I think Alexia also doesn't really do too much, but she does have like much more potential damage output, I think. Let's see. Strike Strong Sword. She's kind of like a similar buff to the other one. She also kind of increases her speed as well. But that's how I'm gonna roll. I think honestly the next one's gonna be her. Yeah, it's gonna be her. I think it's gonna be the last one. But yeah. Firm. Let's see what this one does actually. Multiply by total sound seal stack. Lowers attack of all enemies, but the multiplied number of world seal. But I'm gonna see which one is better to kind of use. Raises damage received per combo. Start a wave. It lowers defense by 40%. Each time buff is granted for self. Sound the seal on self. Each time debuff is inflicted by self. Transport seal on self. Oh, she also cancels buff effects as well. So she'd actually be like a really great replacement for what should we call it? Never used her before, so I'm not aware of what she does exactly. Further lowers that accuracy by 50%. And what does it do left? Braces attack of all allies, and then, okay, so we want to do the left first. And we're gonna switch to beta. Now, this is not necessarily realistic for me, but if you have Epsilon, this is one of the better choices. We already know that my other character doesn't do enough damage up the whole time. We're going to check on my buffs. Obviously, she also gets like the benefit of that, so that's kind of like a good thing on that. You want to have as many elves on this team, realistically, and that's kind of why I'm removing certain characters in there. Again, she's not a bad character. She will kind of damage cap fairly fast. She also does multiple hits. Honestly, if I had a kind of like a pick a choice in this, it would be Delta. I would probably remove her as well. As nice as she is, and again, the fact that she still had better damage output than even my Alexia is crazy. Even as close as they were, by the way. For a kind of old character, she's actually still really good. At least in my personal opinion. Alright, let's see. So we're gonna do... I think, yeah, do her first, and then that. Races damage count. We're gonna go her, and then I think she's gonna go pretty decent race damage count, which is like twice. Already high. Do that. Sorry, you're already probably dealt enough more than enough damage at this point. Watch this. 50k. Got it. I thought I did it a little bit early, but let's see. That one. We're gonna hold off a little bit from using this ultimate. I'd like to have the ultimate from... Perhaps I don't need it, but I'd like to, let's see. Because it does kind of help with the gauge on this, but it's just more damage from Epsilon. But then we switch out. Probably give her like a couple of seconds to kind of activate some of the debuffs and stuff. Do that. We're gonna do the max on this one. Disgusting damage. 1 million. And I'll do this output. Damage cap, obviously. And then let's see how much damage we have output. Damage cap. I've never seen her actually deal damage there before. It's a lot of damage. Holy shit! Holy shit! I don't know what this does, but we're gonna kind of just click on that so I can have a second. I can see why y'all say get Epsilon because she's great. She is. She is really great. 75% of damage dealt. We might actually. Oh my god. Honestly, if I'd popped their ultimate first and then swapped it and then used hers, I might have actually had two ultimates. Ah shit! I didn't even see the damage output. Ah crap. Well, I did 75% of its health. All I'm saying, Bepson's a great character to have. Yeah, I think honestly, had I done the extra ultimate at the end, or the extra, yeah, we could probably try it in a second. Yeah, because that's good to know. As much extra damage as she kind of provides, Bepsilon doesn't quite need it until perhaps later. But let's see. Shadow Life, we can not Shadow Life. We're gonna do this with this one a little bit faster because it does take like quite a bit. Because next up we gotta check out what Rem does, right? We're gonna leave it like that. Hopefully I don't like misstep on this, because always like having like the 1x speed is like, obviously if you want to be more consistent with it. Okay. The damage for him. Alright. I'm gonna pop this up a little bit early. And do this one. And we probably should have this one next. Yep. Then pop off the extra gauge on that. Which is 150 gauge, by the way. Get that off. That one. Then we have even a 30% boost in damage right here. See, we've even managed to get another ultimate out of that. Now, I don't think she did quite as good this time around, but let's see how much she damage does. Yeah, that wasn't quite as good as before. Ironically, it was weirdly weaker. And I think it's because she actually, it is probably better to not do the ultimate. Holy shit! How are you still doing so much damage? What the hell? Dude! There's no way she's actually doing that much damage! Brother! What? I thought Bepsilon would have done more damage! That's insane! What the fuck? Bro, what? Is she dealing damage cap on single targets? That is gross. I mean, I'm gonna check on this stuff, but that's insane. That is insane. Holy. Now, because I expected her to do like more damage. Obviously, kind of like, yeah, Bepsilon's gonna do more damage. She's A5. She's A1. Holy shit. This is what I mean, man. There's certain characters that are just not able to be used on some shit. But that's gross. That's insane. I've never seen... It's 7.5 million. Or no, it's 75 million. Oh, that's 7.5. That's a difference of like 20%. Obviously, if you use like... That's insane, though. So if I wanted to switch somebody, right? Alexia doesn't really do much for everybody else, and she is falling off on damage, right? Let's see what Rem does. We're actually gonna check it out right now. And again, a joke like this is gonna be a long video for a reason, for kind of testing and stuff. Notepad. Nope, wrong thing. And we're gonna do, what is it, like 45, 51? Yeah, that's what the time to use that on that thing. This is the Emilia testing phase. And then this is gonna be the Rem testing and over. Alright. That's insane, though. That is genuinely really like insane, like metrically. And ironic that she's here. I didn't even realize that she's here right now, but I don't think you guys can. If you get her, you get her. But I wouldn't recommend this again. If you somehow manage to summon this, and I don't think you will personally. Basically, because she's kind of like very easy character to get. It did take me a while, but you actually can get her, and even from someone to get, you can actually get her as well. Let's actually check out Rem. Honestly, again, I'd be very happy with just Emilia. Emilia like increases the damage output like significantly, and that's for everybody else in the party. It helps out with the attack damage for, again, as you saw, it helps out with the damage output of Delta, but. God, I'm not gonna let them down. Why does Delta do so much damage? And again, she's not like a super crazy Delta. Like, again, just the SS Plus gear is what I have of her. She's A1. There's also, I think, missing levels as well. Everybody else is Awakened 5. Like, everybody else comparatively is Awakened 5. Like, you're joking me. And I think that's kind of why, like, certain characters do, like, more damage, like, actively. Because Shadow does more damage when he does his, like, ultimate. And he just starts duking out, like, millions and millions of damage. Alright, further raises speed, healing buff, cancel buff on a single enemy. She does also provide healing boost. She's a increased speed character, so she's actually really nice. She really increases the speed of all characters by 50%. Further inflicts 1,000 damage if status illness is inflicted on enemy. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Triple damage output. Crazy. On a single enemy, raises damage received by 10% for 10 seconds if red elemental. That's good. Because when own HP falls below 80%, raises in crit rate by 30% permanent. Further raises damage inflicted by 100% when HP falls below 4%, recovers on HP by 4%. 1,000%. That's one ultimate, rather. Crit rate. So this is bad. And the reason this is bad is unless you can take up your own HP. Oh, there we go. When hidden technique is activated, it consumes 80% of current HP on self one time. Also reduces damage received by 50% up for 5 seconds. So you're like a very, very, like, you're running a line there with crit damage. So your ultimates are gonna basically kill you every time. Is that like a one-time thing? So she can ultimate twice? Oh, like she's an alt rusher if I've ever seen some. I think that might be like a one-time thing, though. I think that might be like a one-time thing, like ultimating, like, because otherwise you could just spam it. She looks to be really like ridiculous damage output wise. We're just right about now though. And again, we're gonna have like the similar setup. We're literally just gonna remove Lexix. I just don't like her. Like there, at least damage wise. That fits right well. And again, it's not that I don't like Lex's damage output. She just kind of falls off in certain occasions. Again, and again, she's not going to have as much kind of longevity. However, I will say this: her damage output, just in her skill set alone, is insane in paper. Let's see how she actually performs. We're going to start battle. She's not actually going to take any damage from like really the guide here. It's the defense and everybody else is really strong. And again, once she ultimates, she can kind of just keep popping off. We're going to do kind of like dual speed. I want to see what she does in her pass as well now. That. Raises combo damage, just kind of mediocre. That was fast. That was really fast, actually. Do that again. I'm trying to do most of the things like about the same. We're gonna do the same thing with Battle now. No, I don't really care if she does like less damage. So we're gonna do that. Pop that off. Oh my god, you're lying. Okay, you can double ultimate with that. I was expecting that, but I didn't think I'd see it. That is a very risky gamble. That's crazy. Pop that ultimate off. Pop one again. We actually managed to kill with 3 seconds left remaining. Tell me damage report. Holy shit! Again, similar damage output as before. She's good. She's better. She's better by like a margin, like by a fuck. Like this is by 33%. At least what it looks like. She's good. She's actually good. The fact that she can actually ultimate twice is really crazy. Yeah, because it's like really high percentage as well. Good God, you better have the click button. That's insane, though. Yeah, they actually managed to kill. She's good. So she's good. I was like, we had 3 seconds left. I don't know what else I would have expected kind of like to do, but that's good. That's pretty good. I got no real complaints. Her kit is very like, kind of like you gotta click her ultimate twice though, because otherwise, if she takes a little bit of an extra hit. If you don't have like, because I think honestly what she would be missing is kind of having like a character that has an invincibility frame. You pop that ultimate and then you pop hers, so you make sure you stay alive for the double ultimate, and then if you can pop the heal after. Obviously, it's gonna be a little bit rough with that, but again, she has higher damage than my crazy Delta, which again, expect stupid damage from her, not crazy, insane damage. Good. She's really good damage with it, boys. She is obviously going to synergize well with her. I do also like the fact that they didn't actually block her abilities to elf-only type BS. like they've done for some characters. So she's good for blue, which is really all I can ask for. And again, her kit is very like kind of it's like a self-sacrifice kind of stuff. Is that like a yeah one time? It does it one time. So yeah, you get like an extra like ultimate. I think this is better personally than whatchamacallit. That ultimate rush is definitely better in my opinion than not Takane, Absolute Darkness. Yeah, she's better than Absolute Darkness. Laplace, for sure. Because like there was like the conflict going on with that. I could see where they were going, but god damn, I'll tell you something. If you're struggling with any stages that are just like I need just instant damage, if you're like looking for a character, this is that character. This is that character. You're almost getting killed. You survive an ultimate by like 10%, HP or 5%. Pop an ultimate, and then like heal yourself, basically. And you could actually might get 2 ultimates off of that one. It would be hard to test. I need to kind of check the damage output on numbers in that. But that's really decent. I would love to have both of these characters, because on actual practice, they're actually both really good, at least. And I could be using them wrong, which means they still have potential, by the way. If I'm using them wrong, let me know. Let me know what I'm missing. Obviously, that is kind of taken into account if you have Bepsilon, if you have both of the characters that are listed on the banner. And again, Bepsilon is kind of like an all-round buffing character, which is great. Now, what you could also do in the case of my training center, if you wanted to have even more damage output, you could just throw in a Delta and put in Shadow, because I think Shadow shit is even crazier. At least, yeah, because you kind of ultimate 4,000 and then an extra 1,000, and then mash that, yeah. It's whenever you do the ultimate, you kind of start like, or is that only Green Shadow? Every 5 seconds after Shadow Wave versus an damage to about 9% permanent. Delta has a better ultimate than that. That's funny. That's not gonna be It's not gonna be there actually. Actually, don't know if he's actually gonna do better. I thought he would. That is bizarre. He might do more damage merely because he can hit twice, but the damage output on everybody else is kind of about the same. I'm not gonna test him because I personally do not have him, and if you're gonna be summoning, you'll show. That took a bit of a second, but yeah, no. Overall, good characters. I like them. They're actually really good, especially for certain collab banners that they have no actual utility. I think they actually did really good on these collab. They're both really good. I don't know about longevity on Rem, but she's gonna be really good. And she's good. She's actually really good, surprisingly. I think Emilia's gonna have longevity, but Emilia as a DPS does her job. She deals damage. And again, always go for the motto: if you get them once, you only have to get them once. If you're unaware, if you're playing the game, if you want some like more advice, you can get more dupes. That's kind of how this game works. And the way you do it is if you go, where is it? I don't think I removed it. Character. Yes. And you get a character that is maxed out 5 times. This. And you can convert magic stones. You can convert them at the 10-to-1 ratio. And that's where you kind of get a little bit more extra dupes. If you have characters that are A5, it may not necessarily be the best for your account. However, that starts to pile up over time. And if you already have your characters like A5, especially with like the standard characters you have on A5, what you can do is like every single ticket is just an extra dupe. That's what this is. This is just an extra dupe. I've got about 8 of these, so that means I have possible 8 dupes for certain things, but I'm still missing some characters, at least A5, so that could be really good. But setting this aside, thank you all for watching. We're going to finish up on the last summon that I have of the hopefully we're gonna get something. It would be nice if I could get Emilia or even Rem. They're actually both really good. Oh, damn. That's rough. It's what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it again. Nice collab, nice characters. Not mad. It's actually really good. I'm actually really happy with these characters, at least from that perspective, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below if you would kind of maybe like a team you would have, or maybe someone or advice, maybe like doing something wrong. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm just kind of like, hey, these characters are nice. Emilia's gonna have like a good longevity, because she's sort of like an elf, basically. She's probably one of the best, if not the best, current blue support in the game, as far as I know. And it's kind of hard to get gather information because there's not enough information on the character list and stuff. And even kind of Louis, which is kind of like a collab character, she kind of also does support kind of stuff. But I can't really account for her because she's kind of not here. But Emilia is actually one of the best supports in the game. I will actually debate if I summon her because she's actually that good. And you get the weapon from her as well. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think you just get it from the events. I think you just get the weapon from the event, so you don't even have to go all the way in the banner at all. It is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Y'all have a wonderful day, and stay solid. Bye-bye. And thanks for watching. If you watch this entire thing, leave a comment down below saying, frozen something. Frozen snow or something. I have no idea. Y'all enjoy. Anyway, bye. Have a good one. This is all.